Hello and thank you for watching my video. This is episode 4 of my leveling challenge, taking my char and leveling through the world without crafting, without going into Edge of the Mists or PvP or any other way of leveling up. I'm just leveling up through the world. And the last episode, it took me a bit longer to go through because of doing some of the personal story. It took me a little bit extra amount of time. This was a bit of a challenge actually, as we're in the Diessa Plateau, and I found it it's becoming a lot more difficult to level up. And you will see me actually struggle a lot because my armor, although I'm actually at level 15 right now, the armor was only level 10. And I was really struggling because obviously you can't, I'm not allowed to use the trading post, and so I can't craft armor, so I was limited to drops. And it was only after coming up, against sort of, as I was progressing into like a level 19 area, as you see me here running around, lighting all these torches up. It was only when I got into a level 19 to 20 area that it started to become really difficult to actually progress. And I ended up later on, you'll see me having to get armor from the heart vendors, which I should have done initially. It's a mistake that I've made. I hold my hands up. At the very beginning of the map, where I was at the beginning of this video, there is a heart quest where you have to disable mines and defeat separatists. And that when you've done that, that heart vendor will allow you access to level 15 armor for every profession, be it heavy, light, or medium armor, and give you a full set. So if you complete that heart vendor, you can go in and you can re-equip yourself with all level 15 armor. So you can see I'm getting a bit of loot here. I'm actually now leveled up to level 16, and I'm going to be running around doing some missions in here, doing some quests, and I'm hoping that obviously I've sped it up fairly a substantial amount. Otherwise it would have been another hour-long video just of me running around doing some of these heart quests. It does some of the stuff. I mean, I like this quest here in for Meattoberfest, and I'm killing the guy here, but I'm still a little bit down. I don't think I'm extremely powerful, or I don't have any trinkets or that. So that's I'm actually need to work on. And for the next race that I do, I'm going to be a lot more aware of making sure that as I'm leveling up, I get much more advanced equipment. It's a bit of a this is the quest story I'm talking about. I don't understand why I didn't get any credit for this, which is a bit annoying. The separatist group, it says here you have to defeat separatists and you get credit for the heart quest. However, for this event, you actually don't get any credit from killing these separatists. But there's a good group of us in this area, and we're getting some nice bit of loot. It's actually, an enjoyable experience doing this. I hadn't done this in a while, this map completion, and it was I enjoyed. I actually think if you could compare it to where you're obviously how Heart of Thorns is going to be, the maps, what they're looking like, you can tell obviously this was one of the first few maps that was ever designed, and it's very similar to Guild Wars 1. As you can see me, I'm actually trying to do some events at the same time. But this is, I'll come back to that, what I was talking about. But this is where I actually realised, okay, I am really going to be struggling. I'm only level 16, I've got about 6 enemies on me, and I'm going to get killed. And, okay, so I am going to die several times in this. I'll have to admit that. But going back to the map, the Diessa Plateau, I actually found that this map reminds me a lot of Guild Wars 1. Obviously, Diessa Plateau is based on the area in Guild Wars 1, but when you compare it to Heart of Thorns or the the new maps that were brought in, such as Drytop, such as the Silver Wastes, this is very linear. There's not much verticality in this map, and I I can see how obviously their, Guild Wars, ArenaNet have changed sort of their method of designing maps. There will be a few times I'll be cutting it in, because again, as an engineer, I don't have too much damage. Although later on, I actually am starting to notice that being a condition damage engineer is starting to pay off. I'll be acquiring a few new skill points and spending them getting a few little turrets as well. But yeah, generally, it's big. This map, I enjoyed this map. As we can see here, we've caused havoc between the Flame Legion and the Separatists, and there's a little big fight going on between the two sides. So yeah, I'm going to let you guys enjoy this. For those of you unaware, the music in the background is of the original Guild Wars 1, and it's from the Factions expansion. And I thought I'd bring it a little bit back. I was a little bit disappointed that obviously we haven't travelled to Cantha, and that we haven't sort of had any dealings with anything there. Whether or not we're going to go there, that's a debate for another time. Obviously, we've got Heart of Thorns talking about the Maguma Jungle and Modramorph, and so we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But I'm hoping that you appreciate, for those of you that have played Factions, it might give you a little bit of nostalgia as we're playing along. So yeah, I'll stop talking now. There will be a few little points that I'll come back and talk to you throughout this video. But generally, I like the variation in the quests in the Diessa Plateau. You can see here sort of the farming quest, digging up weeds, using the shovel to scare away hungry chickens and getting rid of the grubs. It's a nice little bit of variation, from the usual kill a load of Separatists quest. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and I'll get back to you in a little while. Okay, so just a little side note, I wanted to try and do this. This is a quest where you turn into a cow, you get a cow disguise. Now, I've cut it there because I did a few bits of activities, but it was just taking so long to do. And I'd never ever done that event before, and I had a little bit of fun with it, but it was just taking so long because you wait 30 seconds, and I didn't think you really wanted to see that. And so, I decided to cut that bit out. But you will notice that a little bit later, I'll get credit for this, because obviously you can see in the top right, there's 3 group exercises completed. Somebody else will come along later, finish that off, and I'll get a bit of credit. It's something that, you can do if you're leveling up. Get a tag on an event. If it's a long running event, don't worry about it. Leave it. Come back a bit later. Other people would have helped out and hopefully would have achieved that event for you, and you'll still get credit for it. So again, I'm just finishing off some heart quests. You did probably see me fail off one of the sort of that wall earlier, and that really did that was hilarious to see me just jump and miss. The reason why I was climbing that wall is to get up to the Vista and the skill point. It's one of the more tricky places to get up to. It's a little bit sort of careful jumping and avoiding enemies. And you can see here, this is a fun bit where you have to pick up chickens and return them. Especially if you're a Norn or a Char, the chickens become huge. So this is a little bit of a fun quest. It's just something that I like, the fact that they have this variation compared to some of the sort of, regular bog standard quests. Fill up some troughs. And that's what I enjoy a lot about Guild Wars 2, and I find the leveling, it can be a little bit tedious. If you've got a champion there's no point going for that. He's only like 30 seconds left. But going up this wall here, this is what I appreciate most about leveling up in Guild Wars 2, is the variation in, different quests. And I don't feel that I've been too bored doing the quests, only particularly the ones that You have to keep like sort of the ones that tend to be a lot longer, you know, sort of go round and kill a certain amount of enemies, and where you just have to take a long time to kill them because you have to wait for them to respawn or something like that. So you can see here, I've gone through this little area here. It's quite, you know, I'm surprised it wasn't like this is a little mini jumping puzzle, because obviously you have to jump to get up to this skill point. It did take me initially, when the first time doing this, I was following a group of people, so I was, thank God I had those people to guide me through when the first time I was doing it, because there are several times I fell off. And so, yeah, you know, it's nice to go in with a group of people. You can see I've got the vista. But you'll notice as we're coming up, you know, we're level 17 now. I'm still using majority level 10 armor. And it will start to notice as we come up to you'll notice when we come up to these areas, the heart quests in the top right of the screen, they're going to tell you what level that you're entering. And, you know, you can see on this map here, 22, 23. That's a full 6 levels above me. Not only that, the fact my armor is still only level 10 is going to really hamper me a little bit later. So, as you can see here, we've got a dredge and a dredge event. This is fantastic because it really helps us towards our heart event. So, I'll let you carry on enjoying this, my engineer attempt to demolish these walls. Okay, so you can see I'm having a little bit of difficulty taking out this skill point here. Just a little side note, you notice that there was a massive tower next to that skill point with a vista on top. You can't actually get up there. It's pretty unique in Guild Wars 2. You have to use this catapult to get up here. I mean, look at it. You spend a little bit of time dazed, but there. This is the only way that you can actually get up there. You have to use that catapult that only allows you when there is an event that has been completed. And it's pretty funny. You know, a couple of times throughout the, since launch, it has had a few bug issues. But you know, it's one of the few places that you cannot get up to unless you have achieved that event. Pretty unique. So you can see there, I've just been. This is the point where I was struggling with my armor. It was taking real tolls. I was dying a lot. You notice when I dropped through the little sort of area with the ghosts and went down towards the skill point, falling through the hole or the well, and then I suddenly got immediately overwhelmed. So here you go. We've got sort of gloves available, and we're going to get some sort of masterwork gloves. We want, obviously, because we're a medium armor class, we're going to get the medium armor, and we'll salvage, obviously, the medium armor there. But this is the vendor I was talking to you about. So this guy here, he has every type of armor available at level 15. So you can see, obviously, I have plenty of karma. Look, that's something I didn't make a restriction on, and I'm just going to make sure. I'm sure that I've achieved that amount so far. So it's a slight. I haven't been keeping track of how much karma I've been gaining. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm also going to change the color of my dye. I said I'd wait for a little bit later, but my guy was a bit boring. I want to have a little bit of color and variation into this little bit of video. I'm going to sort of every 10 levels vary it up a bit, I think. So now I'm level 18. I've got level 15 armor, and immediately I'm a lot tougher, and I've got also obviously a lot of extra boons. I think for Fury, you'll notice a lot more that I'm actually. To be fair though, Fury it doesn't really have much impact on my character, but Fury really is much improved. You notice as well, there's a lot of extra guys hanging around, and they're going to come around with me. Just finishing off, I'm going to resurrect this guy here, make sure that he can survive. But yeah, it's great having a few extra people, helping me out. And that's going to be fantastic when it comes to the expansion. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be straight in there doing these areas of the game. So here we go. Notice the difference. This time, obviously, someone else has gone in there and killed all these people. But, the first time I go in, there was a load of mobs. Second time, it's all empty. Easy as you like. And so we're going to move on, and we're going to keep on going. But now, I'm a bit heavier armored. I'm still, obviously, level 15 armor in some of these areas is not fantastic. But I'm going to let you carry on watching, and hopefully you'll enjoy the progress I'm making. Obviously, I'm trying to get map completion. I should be able to, well, I will be getting most of this map done before the end of the video. What will happen, because obviously it's starting to take a little bit longer than I expected to do these videos and to get to level up, I'm probably now going to be doing every 5 levels. So I think that's a lot more easier to go through, especially at this point where it's getting harder to level up. I'm going to be doing videos that are every 5 levels. Otherwise, it's just these videos are going to be so long, and I don't want you guys just watching me go around doing heart quests like this, which aren't really too thrilling, especially these ones here where you go around and get water testing kits. So I am going to put it on speed boost, and I am going to try and limit the videos to half an hour, 40 minutes or so of me going around. Obviously that may change, we're going to see how things progress. But yeah, so I'm going to get to level 20 this episode. Next episode we'll probably see the rest of the map completion and the story mode, the second stage of that take place. And I'm hoping that obviously we need to look around what the next map to complete, what map we should go to next. And I might give a little bit of a, ask you guys, is there any particular map do you think I should go to next? The problem is that the next Ascalon area begins at level 30, and I don't think after the personal story that I will be anywhere near level 30. it's going to be a bit tricky. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, carry on enjoying this episode, and you'll see me go around. We've got the lovely font of Rand to the north that we'll have a quick look at, and yeah, keep enjoying. Okay, so I thought I'd come back in, and you'll notice that I've been struggling a little bit recently. There was a point where the Gruul and the Hyenas, and they were level 24 and I was level 19, and they just owned me. So it's a 5-level difference. My armor's only level 15, remember, and I am really struggling at this point. You know, there's big mobs of separatists, all level 22, 23 with some veterans in there, and it's becoming so difficult to actually, you know, take out mobs, and it's being a real challenge, and it's something that obviously I haven't been used to in the past. So, you know, I do have this little bit of overconfidence, thinking, okay, I'm an engineer, cool, I'm just going to go in and nade everybody. Oh dear, okay, I'm underleveled, I've got to be a bit more careful now. So it is a bit more, I'm still a little bit sort of, I have this confidence that I can get out of it most situations, but then realising that I am underleveled, underarmed, and it's going to be a little bit tricky here to keep going. So this is where it's starting to get a little bit difficult in the game, because of the low armor and the fact that I haven't got any other ways to really level up. And so this is where we're going to start, obviously, doing more heart quests, and you'll see me finish off the map completion, and well, not the map completion completely, but you'll see me reach level 20. But look, I'm level 19 in a level 23 area, and this is what's going to be a real problem for me coming up until I can really level up. I might actually have to go back to, obviously the map I'm in now has a portal to one of the other sort of Shiver Peaks maps, and I might have to go back into the Shiver Peaks, another low level area, and complete map completion there, just to actually get a bit of more experience and to level up a bit more. So again, I think that's pretty much it for now. The rest of this video, you'll see me, it's not too much longer. I'm going to go around trying to harvest as much as possible, and to try and do events to get as much more experience as possible. And yeah, by all means guys, if you've got any suggestions or any comments, I'm happy to hear from you. If you again, this is the first time of me doing it, so I'm really sort of trying to find out how best to do this. But yeah, if you've got any ideas or suggestions, any particular ways that you think I can level up quicker, except obviously through the rules that we've agreed, no tombs of knowledge, no crafting or anything like that, then yeah, by all means let me know. Just a little note as well, I did actually forget that you can go through this portal to the south here that leads into the Plains of Ashford. That was my I'd forgotten about that. But going through the Black Citadel, I might have to go back there to level up as well, so that's another thing we can look at after this. And perhaps travel to Lion's Arch, even though it's a little bit out of outside, it is sort of not following the story, but needs must. Anyway, you're going to see me here, how I level up to level 20 will actually be pretty close. I actually do get level 20 by harvesting some ore, which is, a nice little way to level up. But yeah, anyway guys, I appreciate that you guys have watched this. Again, this is a nice little challenge for me. Again, it's not being too easy. I am failing a fair few times. I'm dying because it is tricky. And this is here as we come to the Font of Rand sort of portal entrance through the Flame Legion sort of headquarters. Fortunately, this area was already wiped clean through, so there was nothing for me to go through here. But here we go. So this is the Flame Temple Tombs. For those of you who've never been there, it's a cool little area. But here we go. So we are going to become level 20. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Keep up the feedback. I'm always appreciating it, and I'll see you in episode 5. Sorry, one last final thing. I did forget that I didn't level up on on harvesting. I leveled up here on the fantastic vista. So there we go. This is a nice little way to level up. Hope you enjoy it. And there we go. Level 20. Bringing on episode 5.